Well, hello YouTube, this is a multiplayer battle 3 versus 3. The game is between Imperial clan and the TNC clan, and the map is Sunken jungle. This is the Imperials formation, and from right to left is Imperials Horus, which is commanding the right flank and the British army. This is Michael von Melas. He commands the British and he holds the center. And this is Valkoinen, which he commands the Prussian army, and he holds the left flank. So this is our battlefield. Well, this is one of my favorite maps, the Sunken Jungle. So from the opposite side, the TNC players, it's Shotgun Rusty, TNC Sith, and TNC Unnamed. The right flank is the Portuguese. This guy had 5 rifle units and 10-12 infantry units. They use no cavalry units. This is our center, which also is Portuguese, with the difference that he brought light infantry units, not rifles. And this is the left flank, which they play as Prussia. They got 3 cavalry units, which they are Lancers, Lechkov Frekops, and Turwaskis. They got 4 foot guards and 4-5 musketeer units, and the classic general staff, and they got 5 light infantry units. So the British player from the Imperial clan is sending his troops, hoping to take this forest. But there will be a charge from the TNC horses here. He will stop them. He will form square here, some squares. He will try to save his light infantry, and he's going to retreat. He's going to retreat his right wing, because the TNC managed to get themselves inside this forest pretty fast. So here both teams are trying to take a better positioning. Imperials managed to set their troops over here, but they are out of the trees, and if the TNC team will take these trees, there will be a difficult and hard time for the British Imperial forces. So here the battle is on. Both players are trying to take this forest, but the TNC managed to get their lines first into the forest. They lost their militia units, which they send them here to take the first shot, so the rest of their army can get in line without destruction. And now the Imperials, they are positioning their light infantry units so they can engage the Portuguese tiradores. TNC player has 1 militia unit over here, so he can send his light infantry units in range without taking any shots. But these guys, they are taking shots from this light infantry unit up in the forest, and they cover them with 4 foot infantry here in the rear, and there is 1 foot infantry which they are coming from this side, and they are protected from these rocks, as you can see. So here with the double line foot infantry, they will try to approach from this area, and the Persian player is taking his late scope freakups but slowly out of the shooting range of these guys, but he suffered casualties, and he lost almost his half unit. So these foot guards here, which are trying to take some shots to this infantry unit, they are hitting the ground. Not a very good positioning there, bud. And now there is going to be a melee fight. No. The Imperials, they are pulling away his musketeer. The 8th Life Regiment, they will send a musketeer unit in their place. And they will engage the Portuguese light infantry over here with these light infantry units. But here the Portuguese, they do not have a very good positioning, and they're forming lines directly to this side, which they will be flanked from the Persian lines over here, and the light infantry which they are facing them. And you see,
the men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
He lost precious time to reform lines, and now there's gonna be an attack from these Brotherburg Uhlans, which they will hit this rifle unit. But the Portuguese player did make squares here, but he's taking shots from 1, 2, 3, 4 light infantry units, 2 musketeers, and he managed to kill the 1 Pterodon unit, a 2nd Pterodon unit. They're out of game. And here they got what they got. They got the 3 line infantry units against the musketeers. They are the elite units of the Persian player over here with 2 cavalry units, and they will try to overflank the Persian left flank with 2 infantry units. But I think this is a bad move, because as you can see, the Persian Imperial player has the
Sir, our general is under attack.
Has the high ground, but he's winning. And there are 2 foot guards over here to protect his flank. So here on the center, the Portuguese is suffering casualties. And actually the TNC won the fight here with this foot guard unit, and now they will try to come up on the hill and engage the 2 foot guards which they are protecting their flank. But there is a cavalry unit, took 2 for them to be accurate, which they will charge now to this infantry units, and they will cut them off guard. Great damage for the Portuguese. They didn't make squares, and now the Persian player will turn his foot guards. That was a very good charge from the Imperial clan, and this Portuguese unit is gonna be chased from these cavalry units. So these dudes here, they are protecting and they are watching the flank, and the center over here is engaging the Portuguese remaining troops, which they have suffered great casualties. And let's see what's going on the other side. On the other side, there are only few musket fire from both sides, nothing too much serious. And over here there is a charge from the Persian TNC horses, against the light infantry of the British formation, and now they will approach the
Our men
lines,
are running, sir.
hoping to get some shots to the busy light infantry units of the Imperial clan. But if you check the line of sight, it's not good because there is an anomaly in the ground, so most of their volleys should hit the ground, and the Imperial clan has suffered no casualties from that volley shot. So here the TNC they're shooting the ground again. The Imperials, they got the two light infantry
The men
here.
are fatigued, sir, and must rest a
The
while.
foot, King German here to protect the flank. And there is this French-Billy unit which they are in off fire at will mode, just to attract some enemy fire and make the hostile units to spend some ammunition to them. Quite over here, and here is Persia vs Portugal. There is a boldly charge from the Portuguese general against this light infantry unit, but the TNC will lose their general staff, and without their general, their morale will drop, and they can't fight as they can. So Persians, they are winning the fight here on the left flank. Portuguese army is retreating. Same here. And let's take a look at panoramic view from the battlefield. Here are the Imperial lines which are pursuing the Portuguese TNC lines here on the right flank of the TNC line. Now they are pushing here on the center with the Highland foot and a unit of foot guards, and the TNC has two tiradores and one line infantry to defend themselves from the marching Imperial line. So here quite. So TNC got troops inside the forest over here, but the Imperials will press from the side, and they will try to take down this infantry unit with the foot guards and this Highland foot, which I'm not sure what they are doing. So TNC, they're retreating the right flank, and Imperials, they're pushing the left flank. They will try to reorganize here and make new lines to defend from the Imperials, and as I see it, they will try to make lines into this forest line here to defend from the Imperials, which they will come from this area. So here, what's going on here? Musketeer units, they are shooting the flank of this British light infantry unit. The morale now is in red, and they are dropped to 38 men. The Prussian light infantry is engaging the remaining British light infantry here. light infantry, light. Remember that, dude. Musket fire here, but TNC has a better positioning because they have the trees cover them, and these dudes, they lost 30 men and 6 of that unit, so the Imperials will take them back. So the TNC player closed his light infantry units because they are exhausted, as you can see. Very tired, exhausted, exhausted, and exhausted. And that means that their fighting ability is dropped, because when you are exhausted, you are not able to do much things. The left Prussian Imperial line is pushing over here. But with the loss of the general, these units are breaking too easily and very fast. The left TNC line lost all of his army. As you can see, all of these units, they are routed now. And I think with minor nation, it's very important to keep your general alive as long as you can, because they suffered a moral penalty. And if you do that, so this is the result of losing your general. Your units will be scared and will lose their fight ability. So the Imperial clan won this fight on the left, right to the TNC, and now there are 2 TNC players against 3 Imperials, and the Portuguese center will retreat the grounds, and they will try to make a better defense line over here. So Prussian general over here to support his men. Imperials on the other side. 1 Imperial unit routing, it's defensibles, and as you can see, they got triple lines over here, the Imperials. They didn't use any cavalry units, the 2 players in the center, so they got a foot infantry spam, as the TNC did with the Portuguese army. And there's the action. Now the Prussian British Imperial forces, they're coming from the side to engage the Portuguese TNC lines. Let's see this. So these fencibles, that was a trick from the Imperials, which they put them in a column over here so they can track the first fire, so these light infantry units can approach without taking the shots from this unit. But they took shots from these Cazadores, and a couple of words for these dudes. They are, I think, probably they are the best light infantry in the game. They have very good statistics, both in melee and in shooting. So I think the British light infantry has no chance against these guys. So the TNC player with his Prussian cavalry unit, he will send these lancers over here to support their flank. Here everything's quiet here, so I think the big battle will be on the side. So the Imperials has 1 foot guard here, the 8th Life Regiment over here, and another foot guard unit there. There's the foot guards and the Highland foot from the Michael von Mella's British troops.
Our men are running, sir.
The Imperials lost precious time here to position their men, and they lost one unit, and now the Prussian is retreating the light infantry unit, and these dudes, they are firing these infantry units which they are routing. They are out of the game, and they spend ammunition.
Our men are running, sir.
So these foot guards, they are taking shots from this double line, Portuguese double line, with a light infantry unit and a musketeer unit. That's a panoramic view. In TNC they show that the two elite regiments that are coming from the side, so they will try to reinforce the right flank with another musketeer unit. They got also their general staff, Gomez, Fred, Drante. Hola, amigo. Let's open the minimap. So, the red dots are the Imperials and the blue dots are the TNC. There's the lake here. And as you can see from the dots, they're almost surrounded. Fire shots over here. Cazadores are taking down these Prussian Fusiliers. I think the Prussian player will lose this unit. They got only 21 men. And now they're reinforcing the flanks over here with a third Cazadores unit with 55 men. Oh, and there is one exceptional unit over here without a flag. The PC, my PC, doesn't show the flags behind them, above them, sorry. So this is the foot guards undercover. So these Cazadores are out of ammunition and they will charge them into this foot guard unit, but at my humble opinion, I should have done that with a foot infantry cover. So here the Imperials,
one of our units has used all its ammunition,
they
sir.
will try to spread their lines a little bit. And there's enemy Prussian cavalry units which will try to make an attack, but these musketeers form a square. These foot guards with 31 men can't form a square. And these dudes, they are still in range of this square foot infantry unit. Winded, first, very tired.
Right away, sir.
action here. Movement. Yes, movement. So the British Imperial lines here on the center, they are going into range to engage the TNC Prussian lines over here. Sorry about the camera, guys. I forgot to switch the camera. TNC Prussian light infantry is out of the game. This Highland foot, they are taking shots from these musketeers, and they will try to charge them, and they will form a square over here to defend from the British troops. There is a one foot guard here with the general staff protecting the left, but the Imperials will get into line here with the light infantry units, and then they will press upon the TNC light infantry units, and TNC, he's going to retreat them, and he will try to counterattack with the what's this? With the musketeer units from this side, but there are too many British infantry troops over there. But the Imperials will retreat the grounds. As you can see, the TNC won the fight over there with the Highland foot. Damn, I forgot how to manage this camera. So what we got here? We got two light infantry units with foot infantry, King German foot, Fencibles, what's this? Connaught Rangers, foot guards, and foot infantry unit. Quiet over here, general staff behind the rock, so he can be protected. And over here, Imperials, they spread the lines. The TNC are fortify themselves into the forest. And now they are going to press from this side to take down this light infantry units. They are setting foot guards, King Germans, foot infantry with one light infantry unit. So, for me, this is a good time for these Cazadores to make a step forward and shoot these lines from the side without taking any casualties. Battle fight over here. What they have done here? I lost that part, sorry guys. The Imperials went out of this area and they are coming to the side to engage the Prussian lines over here, and at the same time they are going to press from the side with the foot infantry, King German, and one light infantry against foot guards, one light infantry unit, the TNC general staff over here, these foot guards over there, and there is one festival which they are charging to the TNC light infantry units. So here the Imperials lost the light infantry unit. Now they are going to charge
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Their foot guards against this musketeer unit, and probably they will win the fight because foot guards, they are better in melee. A King German Legion foot charge against these foot guards, and there is the foot infantry unit which will turn the back into these lines and try to engage this TNC foot infantry foot guard. On the side over here, there's a big battle here. 3 Prussian lines against 2 TNC. Here on the center,
Our men are running,
Imperials
sir.
they are winning, and I think the big battle is here. Let's take a look over here. So British with the melee charge, they won the fight against these TNC lines. Cause British they are better in melee than the Prussians, but they are losing guys over here, and I think it's a good time from this musketeer to charge in melee to these light infantry units. That they will give them time and of course casualties for the Imperials. But in overall, this Prussian TNC line managed to hold against these dudes. These foot guards suffered casualties from these foot guards, and maybe these guys they are depleted because the TNC is charging them to the British foot guards. So
Our men are running, sir.
I think the best thing is that for this foot guard is to shoot this Imperial foot guard, but they managed to win this fight, and now the Imperials will retreat because their units here on the center they are surrounded. They lost the light infantry units without my advice of charge. Good job there, Mr. TNC. But the TNC lines they are losing the fight over here. So the Imperials they are approaching from this side, which they are winning the battle over here, and they're reinforcing their lines. And here, what's going on here? And the TNC won the fight over here. They managed to hold the grounds, and they defended very good against the Imperials, and they forced Imperials to retreat from this attack. And now the remaining units of the TNC unit lines is these ones, but now they are in big trouble because as you can see they are surrounded.
Our men are running, sir.
And the Imperials has double lines here to support their attack. A charge from the Imperials with the King German Legion foot, but in the last minute they will lose. So here everything's quiet.
Our men are running, sir.
I think a big fight is going on over here. I think the Prussian player of the TNC sent some units here to help their teammate over here. I can't distinguish what's going on inside the force. Let's take a look from the inside. Yeah, there are 3. Yes, there are only Prussians here, so Imperial Prussian player and the TNC Prussian player is fighting in melee, and I'm not sure who is winning and who is losing. So, whoop, wrong button.
Our men are running, sir.
So the TNC Portuguese army now is surrounded, and they won't last for a long time. And what's going on here? Here the TNC Prussian player, he will form lines to engage the British foot infantry, and he will send some units here to protect his right flank, because now he is surrounded from the Imperial forces. And now he will retreat his ground, so he can find a better position, I'm sorry, to defend himself against the Imperial lines. So what we got till now, we got one foot guard, 2 foot guard, musketeer unit, another foot guard over here, one Prussian fusilier. He got his general staff, and I think that's it. That's the forces of the TNC lines. So this is the last start of the Portuguese player, which has 39 men of foot infantry, but he will get smashed by the Prussian general. And now the Imperials, they are closing their lines, and they will try to pursue the TNC player, which he'll go where I think here. So TNC, they are surrounded. They will make their last stand here. They got a boost morale from this general staff, which he has 6 men, and he will try to charge to this British troops. And they will go down.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
TNC lost a light infantry unit. They got the foot guards over here, another foot guard. These men, they're dropping their morale, because probably they're losing against these foot guards. So now the Imperials will try to approach this side from 3 areas. First area is this, second is this, third is this, and the TNC will sacrifice his men over here.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
You heard the man. So it was a very good game, and I think that the TNC lost the battle because the player of the right flank made many mistakes in his central formation with his rifles. He took his men and he placed them directly in a trap for the Imperials, and I think that was the key point for this battle, at my humble opinion. A charge from the TNC general. Imperials formed square. The foot guards came. They are coming into range, and now they will shot this square, which will suffer casualties. The Imperials will charge these dudes directly to the forest, while the rest of them will make a small circle over here, half circle, so they can shoot the Persian lines. And whoops. And now the game will end with the victory of the Imperial clan. By the way, it was a very good game. From the TNC, the center and the left flank played very good, and from the Imperials, all the three players played very good. It was a very good game from all. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.